Omsairam, welcome to Living Spiritually. Let's know the story of Ruttonji from Nanded. How Baba blessed Mr. Ruttonji Vadia with a child. In Nanded in the Nizam state, there lived a mill contractor and trader named Ruttonji Shapurji Vadia. He had a large amount of money and had acquired fields and land. He had cattle, horses, and conveyances and was very prosperous. To all outward appearance, he looked very happy and content. But inwardly, he was not so. Providential dispensation is such that no one in the world is completely happy and rich, and Ratonji was no exception to this. He was liberal and charitable, gave food and clothing to the poor, and helped everyone in various ways. People took him to be a good and happy man, but Ratonji was miserable as he had no children. Just as Kirtan, singing glorious glories of the Lord, without devotion music, without rhythmical accompaniments, proficiency in the arts without common sense, and a pilgrimage without repentance are incomplete, so is the house of a man without a child. Ratonji always brooded over his issue and thought, will God ever grant me a son? He thus looked sad and did not relish his food. Day and night he was enveloped with anxiety about whether he would ever be blessed with a son. He had great regard for Das Ganu Maharaj. He saw him and told him about all his issues. Das Ganu advised him to go to Shirdi, receive Baba's darshan, fall at his feet, and seek his blessings. Ruttonji liked the idea and decided to go to Shirdi. After a few days, he went to Shirdi, received Baba's darshana, and fell at his feet. Then, opening a basket, he took out a beautiful garland of flowers and placed it around Baba's neck and offered him a basket of fruits. With great respect, he then sat near Baba and prayed to him, saying, many persons who find themselves in difficult situations come to you and you relieve them immediately. Hearing this, I have anxiously sought your feet. Please do not disappoint me. Sai Baba then asked him for dakshina of 5 rupees, which Ratonji intended to give, but added that he had already received 3 rupees and 14 paisa from him, and that Ratonji should only pay the balance. Hearing this, Ratonji was rather puzzled. This was the first time he had been to Shirdi. So, how had Baba previously received 3 rupees and 14 paisa from him? He could not solve the riddle. But he sat at Baba's feet and gave Baba the balance of the dakshina asked for. He explained to Baba why he had come to seek his help and prayed that Baba bless him with a son. Baba was moved, told him not to be worried and that his bad days had ended. He then gave him Udi, placed his hand on his head, and blessed him, saying that God would satisfy his heart's desire. Then, after taking Baba's leave, Ratonji returned to Nanded and told Dasganu everything that took place at Shirdi. He placed that everything went well there and that he had received Baba's darshan and blessings. But there was one thing which he could not understand. Baba said that he had received 3 rupees and 14 paisa from him before. He said to Dasganu, this was my first trip to Shirdi. Then how could I have given him the sum of money? Dasganu was also puzzled and he pondered over it for a long time. Sometime afterwards, it struck Das Kanu that Ruttonji had received a few days prior to the Shirdi trip a Muslim saint named Mauli Sahib and had spent some money for his reception. Mauli Sahib was a saint well known to the people of Nanded. Before Ruttonji decided to go to Shirdi, Mauli Sahib happened to visit Ruttonji. Ruttonji knew him and loved him, so he gave a small party in his honor. Das Ganu got from Ruttonji the memo of expenses of this reception, and everybody was wonderstruck to see that the expenses amounted to exactly 3 rupees 14 paise. Nothing more, nothing less. They all came to know that Baba was omniscient and that though he lived in Shirdi, he knew what happened everywhere. In fact, he knew the past, present, and future and could identify himself, heart and soul, with anybody. Ratonji was satisfied with his explanation and his faith in Baba was confirmed and increased. In due course, he was blessed with a son, and his joy knew no bounds. It is said that he had 12 children in total, out of which only 4 survived. Miracles of Sai Baba, omsairam, Om Satchidananda Sadhguru, Sainath Maharaj Ji ki